which led to spicy challenges, which are my personal favorite. And yeah, and
Yeah,
now I'm just part of this awesome community.
awesome, awesome. So speaking of spicy challenges, how long would you say you have been into like eating spicy food or even challenge level stuff? How long would you say you've been doing that?
Yeah, so I grew up eating relatively spicy food. My mom used to cook a lot with Thai chilies that she grew at home, and she would dry in our apartment, and it would stink up the whole apartment. It would make your eyes water.
Of course.
So I've always kind of viewed eating spicy food as a dare, and I wanted to, I guess, impress my mother. So that's how I got into it as a kid. But then, like I said, after I got into competitive eating in 2018, I think it was the fall of 2018, I started doing spicy challenges on YouTube. And the first one I did was the Choco Loco challenge, the first one that they made.
Okay. Right. Yeah, that's one of the challenges that I've gotten into as well. What was your that was one of your first challenges you said? That's awesome. Um, so again, beyond Seattle Eats, it's more than just spicy stuff sometimes, right? You can feel free to describe your channel at this point if you would like, and then we'll get into some nice fun questions.
Sure, sure. Yeah, so I would definitely say most of my channel right now is spicy challenges, hot sauce reviews, things like that. Um, but it actually started as a cooking channel with my kids. And was tied into a food blog that I was doing. But then when I started doing more competitive eating, I started doing like large capacity challenges, things like that, which is why I nicknamed myself the world's okayest competitive eater, because I'm definitely not like a Molly Schuyler. People always tell me I should give up. I'll never be like Matt Stoney. I don't care. It's fun for me.
Right.
Um, and I'm fine with being okay. I don't want to be at that level. I know how hard those people work, and I'm just not going to do that.
For sure, for sure. Those are some big names that I've heard of as well. And actually, Molly lives fairly close to me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
She's
so
a good friend of mine.
I definitely have to make sure I meet up with her just because, all that. And she was on the Go Big show.
Yes, she
Yeah,
was recently. She's been
yeah,
on a few different shows. And you've probably seen she's started doing more spicy challenges, and she's phenomenal at that too.
oh,
So I
she
just
is.
I just give up.
Yeah, a beast. Speaking of spicy challenges, the old Agnes store brownies. Have you ever attempted those?
Yes, I
Yeah.
love Old Agnes. So was it 2 years ago? I forget exactly, but the Nuke Chili Heads group was doing a secret Sienna, and Steve and Michelle from Old Agnes got me, and they went above and beyond. They sent me so many brownies. They sent me all of their challenges. It was amazing. I was eating spicy things every day for like a month.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I absolutely have a blast with their food and not
So
even
good.
just their challenge level stuff. They have a variety of heat level. So again, this is a little plug for them, oldagnesstore.com, and they just opened their own brand new home store, but they're available online and they will send their stuff fresh to you. Um so I would like to ask you at this point, let's see, pick a number between 1 and 25.
I'm gonna go with 7.
7. All right. In the room surrounding you right now,
Hmm.
approximately how many pennies do you think would fit in that room?
How many pennies would fit in this room? Oh, that's such a weird question.
Yeah, it's random,
I
right?
can't
How
even
about how about just on
fathom
your shelf? How about just on your shelf? How many
on a
pennies?
shelf.
That's a big, yeah, that's a tough question.
That is so tough because I want to say thousands, but I know it would be more than that. I can't even fathom
Right, for sure, for
because
sure.
I feel like you could easily just put 100 pennies in the corner, you know?
Oh, easily, easily. Yeah,
Ugh,
100, I mean 100 pennies is
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, that's fun. Um, so again, like I said, those who know, I'm Crazy Jay, and I like to do things the crazy way. Anyway, what I'm here for is because we have a big event coming up here in June, correct?
Correct.
The with a West Coast experience, hot sauce experience, I believe is what it's titled, right? And it's
Yeah,
being held
the
in California, something like
West
that.
Coast Hot Sauce Expo, I think is what it's
Yeah,
called. Yeah, in
yeah,
San Diego.
California. And you are going to that, correct?
I am.
Oh, that's going to be exciting. I know a lot of people that we have gotten close to over the years in this community that will be there face to face. Um, So speaking of that, you are my first interview and my first competitor in which event are you taking on?
The League of Fire contest.
Oh, the League of Fire. So explain the League of Fire for those who might not know what the League of Fire is. Just the League
Yeah.
of Fire in general, not that specific event.
Yeah, so the League of Fire is based out of the UK. It's run by Matt Tangent and Paul. I always say his name wrong. I'm so sorry, Paul. Or I looked it up. It's Ouro. I'll just
Right. I
spell
just call him
it.
Oro. Oro. Yeah. It's hard to
I
say.
I actually did do like the Google pronunciation to try and learn it, but it's hard for me to say. I think it's Portuguese. Anyway, so they're the co-founders of the League of Fire, and it's the biggest, as far as I know, chili head contest hub. They have tons of league tables where they diligently look at all of our videos and keep tabs on our scores. There's different points assigned to different challenges. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. But it is the premier chili head league in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, they even offer belts for titles.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that's exciting, and that's worldwide. Like each, I want to say region of the world can have its own belt for whatever competition they choose to be the belt match in a sense. Um,
Hmm.
maybe it could be as simple as the most points that year in the League of Fire or whatever, because I think they're taking a seasonal approach as well as the overall points approach. It could be I don't want to say a simple challenge, but it could be a single challenge. Um, that multiple people are involved in that are considered competitive chili eaters and stuff like that. There's all kinds of things. So again, the League of Fire, check it out. You can, if you're interested in something like that. If you don't know what that is, you can check it out. You can look at people's standings, all the challenges they've done, and the video of those challenges.
Hmm.
Speaking of which, do you currently know about where you stand on the? I mean, it's not that super big of a deal. I haven't
I
checked in a while either because they
I
haven't been
haven't looked recently, but I think I'm on the second page somewhere.
awesome.
So
Awesome.
not in the top, but not the bottom either.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me just tell you, you're one of the names that I've chased, so I think I'm close to you.
Nice.
I was excited when I made it to the second page, and when I eclipsed my first 100 points, and all that. That's a big deal with those points because the most points you can earn in a single challenge is 9.
Right.
Yeah. So you figure the most you can earn is 9, so you have to have over 11 challenges or 12 challenges to even reach that at that point. So multiple
Right.
challenges. Yeah. So that's exciting. Those are fun things. Um, let's see. So this question is going to be worded funny. Just bear with me. I'll explain it in a second.
Okay.
So, would you say you are a grower, a shower, or a little bit of both? And what I mean by that, do you grow your own hot peppers? Do you just do competitions, or do you do a little bit of everything?
I'm definitely not a grower, although I would like to become one. I do have a Scotch bonnet plant that I've been trying to grow for 2 years. It's still alive, but it's about yay big. So I'm not good at that at
Yeah,
all.
it's not
Um,
easy. This is my first year as well.
I also have a friend sent me some seeds from Ed Curry. So I have his strain of the Carolina Reaper. So I want to try and grow those as well. So I'd love to get into that, but I'm not, yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
huge into that. So
it,
mostly a shower.
yeah, it's kind of funny because it takes time to pay attention to, but at the same time, you don't want to pay too much attention to them. Just the way the plants are, they have a
Mm-hmm.
mind of their own. Um, some people have different methods of growing them, isolating them, and just fun little things. Yeah, I'm attempting my first year this year to grow a few and see how it goes, and maybe we'll expand upon that. I have some Carolina Reapers, some Caramel Ghost, and
Nice.
ahi lemons, lemon drops, or
Oh,
whatever.
that's a good pepper.
Yeah, yeah, very tasty.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so yeah, I'm excited about that. Um, so let's see here. I need to get a pen, but I don't have one close by. But I'm not gonna.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to say hi to Nathan. I see Nathan in the chat, and
Yeah,
Pepper Baby
feel
Burns is
free to say
here.
hi. I'll be right back in a second.
Yeah. Good to see you guys. Oh, my dog wants to say hi. Come here, Ben. Okay.
Oh, what's the dog's name?
This is Ben.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's
cool.
extremely needy.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, let's see. Do you want to go under weird questions or good questions?
Let's do weird.
Okay. I don't know how weird these are. I have not previewed these questions.
Okay.
Okay. Pick 3 odd numbers between 1 and 250.
Okay. 3 odd numbers. All right. Let's do 73, 49, and 213.
And 2 even numbers.
Let's do 8 and 92.
All right, good. Well, we can't do 8. I already asked you
Oh, okay.
that.
We'll do 10 then. How's 10?
All right, cool.
What's the next one?
Do you think if anything is possible, that it's still possible for anything to be impossible?
Oh, that's tough. If anything's possible, things be impossible. That's like a chicken and the egg type debate.
Right.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be technically, but I can't wrap my head around that. Yeah. I think if anything's possible, then it's all possible.
All of it. Right.
Yeah.
Hi, Brandon. How are you? Brandon Collins. We are doing an interview currently. Thank you for joining us. With Miss Katie Prettyman, who is getting ready to compete in a few events, or at least one event that we know of. So we're getting to know her a little better. I appreciate you joining us. And if you all have any questions, feel free to post them, and maybe we can ask them here later. All right, let's see. Let's go to number 49. In the year 2050, what will the fastest mode of transportation be?
Ooh. I hope teleportation. That would be
I
really
know, me
nice.
too. That would be so nice to, go on a vacation, be there. You don't have to do all
Right?
the travel with it.
Could
Oh,
just
for
instantly
sure.
go. I wonder how expensive that would be though. Gosh, realistically though, maybe flying cars, but I feel like we were promised those a while ago and they made them and we still don't have them. So
Yeah, the Jetsons let us down.
I know it's disappointing. But yeah, my hope would be for teleportation.
Yeah, that would be fun. I say that all the time. Driving just simple to work. I'm like,
Oh yeah, could you imagine not having a work commute at all? Just
yeah, for sure.
be great.
For sure. All right, let's see the next one. Well, have you ever dropped food on the floor accidentally or on purpose and then picked it up to eat it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I've definitely done that.
That's pretty common. Yeah, these aren't super weird because I didn't want to go like super crazy and ask some kind of, I don't know, like there's some other awkward question that I just
Gotcha.
Oh, anyway, let's see. What do we have next? Let's go there. Why does rain drop but snow fall? I feel like that, in my opinion. I mean, this is your answer, but I'll give you my opinion afterwards.
Yeah, I feel like it's just because it's a descriptor. So raindrops are physically raindrops. So that's how we describe them as falling. And snow is much lighter, so it just kind of
Right, it falls.
down.
It kind of falls. Yeah, I agree, and that's exactly what I was getting at. So Brandon says he didn't know how much of a chili head you actually were, but looking you up, you're definitely a contender here coming up. Is what?
Thank you. Yeah, I've been seeing some comments of people with very little faith in me. And I'm like, watch my
I
videos.
I wouldn't
I
go
do
that
things.
way. I would say it's the friendly competition to just get to each other because
Well, that too.
I'm fairly close with a lot of those guys, and it's definitely just trying to get into your skin, and
Oh no, my fellow competitors, I think, are genuinely respectful of me. It's just friendly
yeah,
banter.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like
Oh,
other
and then
people
there
in the
are some,
community.
yeah. Oh, there are definitely some out there. Yeah,
I think they just don't know who I am, but you
yeah.
will.
And Brandon
You
says,
will.
make sure you kick their butts, Katie.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I think I have faith. I think you'll do well. I think everybody will do well. I think it's going to be very interesting. The list of competitors that's there. Um,
Yeah, I've seen Jeff is training hard.
yes.
So that's intense.
Okay. If patience is a virtue, why is it the early bird gets the best advantages or gets the worm?
Hmm. Well, I wouldn't say like being an early bird or a morning person is exclusive to being impatient. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that's a tough one. But I am not an early bird. I hate that expression. So
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm only early because I'm still up from the night before because I'm
right.
I'm a night shift person. Yeah. All right. So that's the questions that you chose. Pretty much.
Okay.
They were pretty fairly easy, right? Straight going.
Yeah. Just kind of
Um,
thinkers.
yeah. So let's get into the competition itself. This competition, you don't know all the details exactly, but it is a pepper or pod eating contest. And it is for the North American, right? North American or just US?
I think they just call it the America's Belt.
Okay. For a
But
belt.
it's basically Canada and the US.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So that's exciting. Um Winner, however far it goes. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So I thought it was just going to be your straightforward like pod eating contest, but I've heard rumors that they might include like challenges within that.
Ooh. Well, I think
Yeah,
it's because of the list of competitors they have. They have
yeah,
to do something to weed them out. I'm not gonna, I mean, you got to
yeah,
make it interesting. That's for sure. Um,
definitely.
so you, how do you feel about eating fresh peppers? Like, how does it affect you personally? And you don't have to give super details, but let's
Yeah.
get into how it makes you.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. It's very unpredictable. So that is the one piece that I'm nervous about. Like sometimes I can eat fresh pods, no problem. Other times, depending on the pod, the flavor really gets to me. I'm worried about gagging, things like that.
Mm,
Um, I've definitely like done just like fresh pod reviews at home and reversed right afterwards, like not intentionally. Um, so we'll see, but I'm training with pods right now and with tincture, and so I'm hoping that'll help.
yeah.
But that's always where I get nervous because the two challenges that I have failed, it's because the flavor got to me and I couldn't keep it down. So
Is it's this is kind of a difficult question. Uh, what kind of pepper or pod do you feel in products, in the challenge products, or even fresh pod gives you the most problem?
scorpion peppers.
Scorpion. I will
Yeah.
agree. That's the throat for me.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but they really, really get me. And what was it, the version 2 chug that League of Fire did? One of the worst things I've ever done.
It's tough. It's tough
Horrible.
on the mouth. It's tough on the guts.
The gut bomb was just,
Yeah. And we
ugh.
have a fellow competitor here saying hello.
Jared's here. Hello.
Yes. Yeah. And Brandon says freshies definitely hit different for sure.
And you just don't know. Sometimes it's something that, doing research online, you're like, oh, it's a ghost pepper. No big deal. And it just hits you the wrong way. Just don't know.
So you don't have to go into specifics, but explain what I mean whenever I'm telling people that you have to prep yourself for a challenge or spicy, extremely spicy or super hot type of foods. What does that mean?
Yeah, so I think it's like any sort of training. You want to build yourself up. So if you're trying to train for a marathon, you're gonna gradually build up your endurance and your ability to run long distance until you're able to do that. So for this, I think most of us are trying to incorporate more spice into our meals. Like I said, I've been eating more fresh pods. I've been using tincture. Um, but yeah, in the past, when my tolerance has been really high, it's because I'm consistently eating really hot things, maybe doing a challenge once a week, that sort of thing. That all of those help.
So of like League of Fire or any challenges in general, which ones would you say have given you the most problems, or have you failed any challenges that you've attempted?
Yeah, so like I said, the worst thing I've ever experienced was the aftermath of the version 2 chug. But the two challenges that I failed, and I'm gonna defeat one this Wednesday, hopefully. But I failed the Nemesis, so I'm gonna try that again on Wednesday. And again, that was an issue of just not being able to keep it down. And it's funny because some people struggle with that because it's a lot of chocolate. That's not a problem for me because I do capacity eating. It's just the Reapers. It's just so many Reapers.
Yeah,
My body said no.
yeah, I that's one of the ones that I failed. I got halfway through it.
Hmm.
I think I did it way back when. Do you remember when the Texas Hotspot did the 7 Days of Hell challenge?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I was part of all 7 of those days, and that's actually how I got introduced into the major community. You know what I mean? So
Nice.
it was very exciting. I was just a nobody off the street and said, "Hey, I have every one of those challenges. Can I join?" Yeah. Um, but the Nemesis taste is amazing. The
Oh,
flavor,
yeah.
oh my goodness, the chocolate, the peanut butter.
Willie Pete's makes some of the best chocolate, and
Yeah,
the
they
fact that
absolutely.
they incorporate all of those great chilies in there, it's awesome. I highly recommend them. So yeah, I'm gonna try that again. And then the other thing that I failed, and it was really early on, so I could probably do it now. But have you ever had the Cully's noodles?
No, I was never able to find the challenge
Yeah.
ones because they're hard. They were hard to find for a while.
Yeah, somebody gifted that to me, but it's a really, really strong Reaper mash, and it was just so bitter. Other people that have done it have said that they thought they were disgusting as well. But yeah, I couldn't keep them down.
Yeah. Um, so let's see that. Yeah. I mean, I have many challenges. Well, not many, but I have a few challenges that I consider my nemesis, and the nemesis bar is one of them. Um, I have done attempted the peanut brutal 3 times, and I watched
Mhm.
you. I don't want to say. I will say it. Destroy 2 of them, and I know, I could see you feeling that when I watched
Oh,
you.
that was tough. That was tough. That was sure willpower. But at that point, so the thing about me is I'm also notoriously cheap. So if I've already opened up a challenge that cost me $20, I'm going to finish it. Like
Yeah,
I am determined.
yeah, yeah. That was actually the very first challenge I ever failed. I completed 12 challenges, and guess what? That was lucky number 13
Oh, wow.
for me, and that was the very first challenge I ever failed, and not because I couldn't finish it. I couldn't finish the third bar, and
Yeah.
I'm talking like probably I just the will like oh my goodness,
Mm,
yeah. Um, I was probably 6 challenges in before I learned what prepping is and the importance of it. And the
mhm.
challenge I did with it was the Satan's Pleasure Candy Bar by Blum
Oh,
Loco.
I haven't had that.
Oof,
Yeah.
oof. Yeah, I didn't know anything about prepping and the cramps that come with it, so I experienced capsaicin cramps for the first time. Um, have you ever experienced capsaicin cramps?
Oh, all the time. All the
Okay,
time. Um, the first time it happened, this is so dumb, but of course, like baby chili head didn't know what I was doing. Somebody mailed me some fresh pods. And so I decided to film and eat 2 Carolina Reapers over my lunch break.
yeah,
It was fine. Eating them was fine. Um, but thankfully, my husband and I were commuting together at the time because he had to drive home. And I was probably in the bathtub with cramps. That's when I discovered that the bathtub helps me. That's my solution.
that
But
was going to be my next question. How do you
yeah,
remedy?
but I had cramps for probably 6 hours, and I
Ooh,
didn't. fully understand what was happening because nobody had explained that to me.
For sure. And you are a mother, correct?
Yeah. Oh, it's worse than childbirth.
I was
Yeah,
gonna ask
it is.
comparatively because I'm a female's perspective. Like they say, it's very, very close, if not worse. So
I
I
would
didn't
rather
know.
give birth.
Wow.
Yeah.
um. So let's get into the actual competition questions, stuff like
Mhm.
that. Farmer Jay has a question. So he says or wants to know, what do you think your strong points are for a competition such as San Diego or a pot eating or public type of thing?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I've been thinking about this, trying to hype myself up, right, Jared? And I think one of the benefits that I have is capacity. So not knowing how many pods we're going to eat or if we're going to incorporate challenges within that. I know sometimes people actually get full.
Hmm.
It also allows me to do some really good prep. I can have a nice big meal and still have plenty of room for whatever we're going to be doing. So I'm hoping that'll be an advantage.
Okay, so would you say the heat bothers you more or the stomach whenever you're doing challenges of heat?
Oh, good question. It's the stomach. So I definitely start to feel a little bit of panic when you start getting the rumblings of a gut bomb. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, and actually Farmer Jay brought this up as well. Um, if it comes down to a speed eating round, I think you might have an advantage because although you don't believe you eat fast, um, you have experience in eating quantity, which makes you continue eating. You know what I mean? You just kind of
Right, right.
yeah,
There's some stubbornness there.
right, for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely people even within the chili head community that eat much faster than I do. Like Jem out of the UK as an example, like he beats me every time we do. Well, I've beat him like once, but he typically beats me when we do speed eating. But yeah, at that point, if we have a speed eating round at the end of the contest, that could be an advantage for me, maybe.
You are aware of all your competitors.
Yes.
Who would you say is the person you fear going up against the most of those people?
Well, a few days ago, I might have said Goot just because he's insane.
That
And
is
and that unpredictability
for
is
sure.
an issue. But watching what Jeff has been doing
I
training,
know.
he's making me really
Woo!
nervous because we're what 35 days out and he's
Yeah,
going hard.
he is going. And like, I don't know how much of in the groups you've been watching him do some of these things, but
I
he does
have.
these bottle dumps almost weekly, and it's been going on for. I feel like he's been prepping for this before it was even announced. I don't
Mhm.
know. Yeah, I would say if I was competing, he would be my biggest concern too.
Yeah. I'll also say though, because I haven't been keeping close tabs on what she's doing on her channel, Ruthie could be like a huge underdog as well.
Yeah,
Um,
she is not so much on the live aspect of things. She's, she does her things and then posts a video, and
mhm.
she does the reviews a lot. So I don't either. We'll be getting to know her next weekend, I believe. So I
I'll
think
have
we
to
have it
watch that.
scheduled. So yeah, we'll be able to ask these questions to her as well and figure out where she is if she wants to spill that information. Obviously, it's all voluntary information. Um, so we're kind of at a point now where if you have any questions for me or would like to get to know or ask anything of me that I can answer of you, we can do that now, or we can kind of start figuring out where we go from here.
Yeah, well, I did see in the chat, and I think Brandon said he had to go, but I'll answer his question anyway. He wanted to know what I do for work. So I
Yeah, I
work
was
for
going to
the
ask you that too, but I didn't know how personal that was for you. So,
I'm okay with it. Like everybody, because I do the Nathan's contest and that's broadcast on ESPN. Like even if I wanted to hide what I do, people know. So I work for the American Red Cross,
okay, very cool.
and specifically where we live, I supervise volunteer services for the Northwest region. So that's most of Washington State and then the Idaho Panhandle. So my team recruits and brings in new volunteers.
So, you are Washington area based.
Yes.
What's the weather like on there on a regular basis? Like an average temperature, rain, lots of rain, snow, anything like that?
Yeah, so we definitely have a rainy season for like 6 months out of the year. But in the summertime, I think the Pacific Northwest is the most beautiful place to be in America, in my
Very
opinion.
green, very.
Very green, lots of sunshine. Plants out here grow like crazy. Things that would be a shrub somewhere else grow into giant trees here. It's
Awesome.
pretty awesome.
Very.
But yeah, the rainy season does get to a lot of us. So I drink a lot of coffee and tea throughout the year to help me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Excellent. So you are welcome to give yourself a plug at this time, how people can see you do amazing things, fun things, whatever. Let them know where they can see you.
Yeah, so you can see right below my face here. My YouTube channel is Beyond Seattle Eats. You can watch all kinds of videos there. Sometimes it's just me eating. I'm really nerdy. I like mukbangs. I watch a lot of them, so sometimes it's just me doing that as well. But lots of challenges, and in fact, this Sunday at 12 Pacific, is it 12 or 1? Hold on, let me just verify. I don't want to misspeak. I can't remember when I scheduled it for. Yeah, 12. So 12 Pacific this Sunday, I will be doing the Tube of Terror 2.0. So you can
Woo!
watch me do that live if you would like. Um, like I said, I've got quite a few challenges on my shelf, so I'm going to try and do one, at least one a week, leading up to the contest.
Yeah, I have all the chugs right
I
here.
see all that.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, you got a bunch of UK Chili Queen chugs. Those are rough.
Well, speaking of that, one of your competitors and I are going to be doing all 5 of them back to back.
Ooh, I will definitely watch that. Let me
Yeah,
know.
so we'll be. I'm hoping it's before the contest, but I'm not sure if he wants to do it. Yeah, I think it's a be good prep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm not going to spill that yet. Who that is? But
Okay, okay.
yeah,
So yeah, that's my YouTube channel, and then you can also find me on Twitter, Beyond Seattle Eats, and the same with Instagram. My Facebook, I tried to start a Beyond Seattle Eats Facebook, but I don't have the energy. Maybe someday.
I get it. I get it for sure. Well, I definitely want to thank you for spending time with us. Um, I hope this was entertaining for you. It was very basic. I'm trying to expand. I'll get better as we go, and I'm sure I'll interview you again in the future. Hopefully, hopefully you like me enough.
Yeah, I would definitely do another interview. But yeah, I think this is a great idea for a series, and I thought you did wonderfully. But like anything, like the more you interview people, the better it'll get, right?
For
So
sure. And like I said, a lot of those pepper questions came off my head just because I didn't write many of them down. And you got questions running through your head all the time when you're planning on interviewing somebody. And I mean, I could have wrote them down, but I got the point across. I got what I wanted to ask, and I think we got a good picture of who you are, how we can see you, and go from there.
yeah, yeah, I super appreciate it.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing you in the competition, see how you fare, how well you fare, and I hope you do well. I hope that everybody does well. I just think it'll be great to watch, and I hope it's live streamed somewhere because I definitely want to see that.
Yeah,
And
that
I'm
would be really
guessing for a
nice.
belt, it will definitely be somewhere on somewhere.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Yeah. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for agreeing to this and taking time out of your day. And I know you're busy and got all kinds of things. And we appreciate you in the Chile community. You're definitely a face of brightness, face of happiness, even when you're sweating with those tears of
Thanks.
joy.
Yes, enjoy.
Yeah. All right. So thank you very much, Katie Prettyman, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that was Katie Prettyman of Beyond Seattle Eats, kicking off the Outside the Fire series. I thank you so much for watching, for joining. You can catch me on YouTube, Facebook. I'm now on Twitch. I know that's a gaming app, but we also do podcasts and whatnot. So we'll be expanding ourselves. Crazy J, right there. Look me up. You'll see some fun, more interviews. I love you all. Stay crazy, everybody. this ends my time here. My time with you will hopefully never end. I'll see you soon.